What if today was the day that you decided to stop explaining your past and start living in your peace? You are watching the Girl Fly Podcast, the podcast for girl boss coaching, created for women who are ready to fly like the butterflies that you are. And I am your host, Coach Mel. Thank you for joining. This is episode 2, guys. We are moving right through it. We are moving through it. And today I want to talk to y'all about exactly what I said. Owning your peace. Staying in your peace. Choosing your peace. So, y'all know I've been married more than once. And for a long time, I was ashamed. I was embarrassed because it does signal brokenness. And that's not by default, because I was broken. I was searching for something that I wasn't getting, because I was searching for it from the wrong people because of my brokenness. What I realized is that I trauma bonded. I found broken people to match my brokenness. Let your voice be heard, Bill. Somebody needs to know that they are not defined by their embarrassments. There is a reason you're sitting here. There is a reason God chose your voice. Don't let that pain or embarrassment keep you from your purpose. Don't let that pain or that shame keep you from your calling. Speak up. Speak up. You were created for this. There is a difference between telling your story and living your truth. Listen, GPC, Girlfly, I didn't create those as a resume of my hurt. I didn't create this platform as a resume to my past. What I did was I created this platform so that you would hear my story, hear my truth, and maybe you would then stop apologizing for your past. Maybe it's not divorce, and you felt a little judgmental when you saw that I was creating this podcast, and you maybe listened to an episode and you thought, damn. But maybe your journey, the thing that you're ashamed about, isn't divorce. So some people feel like in order to be accountable, you have to be ashamed of your past. I call bull. Some would say, in order for me to have ownership in being in these relationships that didn't last, some would say that I would need to not be so proud and boasting about it, putting it on a podcast. I would say to that, mind your business, mind your business. My journey is my journey to own. And the way that I own it, the way that I chose to allow healing from it, is by putting it out there and being vulnerable to it. But let me be real clear. Those relationships don't define, the fail of those relationships don't define who I am. There are other parts to me. I'm a mother of 3, of which I did a lot on my own, if we're gonna be honest. I mean, my tribe is strong, but not even just those things. I'm loving and I'm caring, and I deserve to be loved too. People should not think, and if they do, that's on them, that because of someone's past, they have to be shunned. Let me tell you, I am glowing, more beautiful than I have. You see it. You see it, more beautiful than I have ever. Why? Because I went through some things, but I am not letting those things keep me bound. And I own it all without shame. There's a version of love that we accept when we don't know our worth. It feels like security. It feels like that thing we've been waiting for, that thing that we know is just right. We make it our Cinderella story because it has to be right now. It has to be this person now. Even while it's causing you your peace, even though it's chaos in the mess, you still hold on to it because you don't know that you're worthy of something that doesn't cost you your peace. Listen, peace, it is not the reward for struggle. Peace is the requirement for access. Peace is not something that is earned after we have proven ourselves. It is a requirement. From this point on, peace is the entry fee to even be in our space. But maybe for you, it's not love. Maybe it's the job you didn't get, the decision that you still regret. Maybe it's the version of you that you're struggling to forgive. You do not have to fight to be understood. You just have to know when you're in alignment and what feels right for you. But let me tell you this. This is what I want you to hear. You do not have to keep punishing yourself to prove that you are worthy. You do not have to keep punishing yourself to prove that you deserve to be loved too. Maybe it's not divorce. Maybe divorce isn't the thing that brings you shame. Maybe it's thinking that your journey disqualifies you from love. Maybe it's because you are a certain age and you aren't married. Maybe it's because you're a certain age and you don't have children. Maybe it's because you're so fucking worried about what everybody else thinks that you can't be who you truly are. You can't live in your truth. But what you can do, and what I hope you'll do when you listen to this, is stop apologizing for being who you are. Because let me tell you something. I don't owe anybody anything about my life. What I do owe is to myself, and that is freedom. I owe myself freedom from my shame. And I release that. I release myself from being ashamed of my past. And let me tell you something. I am unbothered because peace, that's my new level. I'm in love with my peace. This is what I hope that you get from this episode. You do not have to keep punishing yourself to prove that you've changed. You are allowed to grow without guilt. You are allowed to move forward while healing. Because grace isn't earned. Grace is extended. Yes, to others, but especially to ourselves. Thank you all so much for listening to Girlfly, the podcast for girls. This is a space where women heal, we lead, and we build powerful lives out loud and unapologetically. I'll see you next Friday at 6 p.m. Thank you for watching.